A wise man once said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Let's get into it. What up, y'all? I'm Christopher Markland, and welcome to my review/analysis of episode 5 of season 4 of Ready to Love. As always, y'all, I don't just regurgitate and repeat the stuff on the show that we've already seen. Instead, I break down each episode and use them as teaching tools, as, things to do, things not to do when it comes to dating, love, relationships, all that good stuff. So if you haven't already done so, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't, please tell a friend about the show. All right?
This week, Power to Eliminate, back in your hands. So let me tell you what Tommy want to do.
Okay.
I'm going to hit the reset button. I'm going to bring everybody back together. It is time for a sexy, fun in the sun pool party.
So this week, Tommy's got the remaining 8 men and 8 women together at a pool party, another group outing. I kind of sort of like the group outings because it allows each person, if they're interested in somebody, they get to see how they interact with other people. Meaning, if you see them, you can watch how they, you're in one spot, you can watch them. It's kind of sort of to me like if you go out on a date with somebody, that person, they're putting on their representative. Hopefully they're putting forward their best behavior, but you can watch how they interact with the wait staff, the servers, that kind of thing, because how people treat the people that are there to serve them is it gives you a real snapshot as to how their personality is. So if you have this group date like this group outing, I think everybody gets to see how the person they're interested in, how they really, really move, how they really are, their true personality.
You were telling me about how you just completely just want to don't want to see anybody else and just see me. That's what you were telling me about?
I said that?
Does anyone else here make you smile from the inside out?
Does anybody else make me smile as much as you? No.
Okay.
I said in my review last week that as crazy as it is, Corey and Courtney are actually each other's matches. Courtney is able to basically look past all of Corey's antics, and she kind of sees him for who he is, which honestly, the dude is a romantic. It is what it is. He's just anyway. And on the flip side, Corey is able to give her the energy, his antics actually make her smile. It works. So even though they're kind of sort of on different ends of the spectrum, they actually work together. The problem is Corey just cannot get out of his own way.
A rose is your favorite flower?
Yeah. I know it sounds like cliche, but it is. I love how you get them in there enclosed like this, and then over time, they just open up, Just do it to me.
I, too, am a fan of roses, pretty pink ones. Anyway. Yo, I don't know what happened last week, but Sabrina was MIA, so it's kind of good to see her back on the show, and also to see her and Walter. They really do vibe well together, And speaking of which, I haven't done it yet. It's kind of early, but I think either maybe next week after, I'm probably gonna be doing like my matches, who I think is gonna end up, being the final couples. Right now, I'm leaning towards Sabrina and Walter, but like I said, I'll probably be doing it in the next couple weeks.
I keep finding cards, okay?
Wait, no, we saw your card over there.
We saw your card.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
And I kept finding little envelopes around, like on, a chair over here. There was like one near my phone.
Yeah,
Wait,
definitely.
another one? Do y'all see this?
What's that?
Y'all don't see this? Something's going on at this party.
This is what is so frustrating about Corey. The dude is really a romantic guy. Think about this. Courtney's an attractive woman, so it's safe to assume that she is probably approached by men day in and day out, all of them shooting their shot, right? Now, if you're trying to approach somebody, as a man, you have to come up with a different way to separate yourself from all of the other dudes. Corey has done that. Remember on the first date, that the skating rink date that they went on the other day, he hit her with those flowers that, basically had the person behind the counter produce the flowers for him. He got her attention. And now here he is, he's doing the exact same thing, something that is getting her attention. Think about it. Right now, Courtney is focused on Corey. All the other dudes there, they might as well not even exist, because of what he has done with those cards. He has her attention, and he did it in such a different way that it's like, that's all she can think about.
And then just under my jacket, y'all, this is a damn scavenger hunt.
Oh, that's cute. Somebody putting in some effort.
Some work.
It was like professing whoever's love for me. And I thought it was super cute. It was sweet.
Who is it?
I think it's Corey. He seems like the type.
Corey actually put in a lot of work on that. Think about it. He got there early. He had to stop and pick up the cards prior to even getting there. He got there early, wrote out the notes, and then he hid them in places that only Courtney could find. That speaks to the intention that you need to have when you're dating, you know. And think about it. Like I said, him doing that has now got Courtney's attention. All the other dudes there, they don't exist. Right now, it's all about her, the fun, the scavenger hunt, as she called it, as far as trying to find all the different notes and whatnot. That's what you have to do when it comes to dating.
I definitely think Corey is a charmer, so I hope that's him. I like a guy that goes out of his way to show me how he really feels.
I'm actually a hopeless romantic.
That's cute.
It's the simple things. But for Corey, it's working. Romantic gestures don't always have to be this huge grand affair. It can be simple things such as these cards, and it's not really about the amount of money that's spent up front. It's about the return on your investment, because the dividends are priceless. In this case, he has Courtney's attention all the way around, and it's all about the gesture. She loves the small things that, you know, that make her feel appreciated or whatever. And that's what he is doing. And that's what you have to do when you're being intentional in pursuing someone.
You know, I had said some things in deliberation. I just felt like Sabrina could be my lady. We have a good connection, but I think Shiloh could be my wife.
That's what you say?
That's what I said. Out loud.
Bruh, even if that's how you feel, you don't have to verbalize it. I get it. He said that he could see her as a wife. He didn't actually drop down to one knee and propose. However, I think I'm not sure if they've even been on a date outside of the group dates. So they've had several phone calls and conversations, that kind of thing, right? I get it. If you're feeling her, you're feeling her. But that doesn't mean that you are gonna tell her, yo, that's it. You're the only one. I see you as a no, dog. That's not how you go about doing it. Big mistake.
I think I knew after our first conversation. When it comes to what I'm feeling, you know, from everyone else, it's definitely the deepest with Shiloh. It just feels really, really right.
I truly believe that men know fairly quickly when they have met someone special, if not the one. Hell, for Tyrone, it seems like he knew from the very first conversation that there was something about Shiloh, that she was the one, all the rest of them be damned. But that's where social awkwardness kicks in. The more you date, the more you are aware of social cues and certain things that, you know, on the date and in the process. So in this case, it's one thing, yeah, if you feel that way about Shiloh, that's fine. But that doesn't mean you have to verbalize it. You don't have to say it. You hold that information in, you go on a few dates, maybe at least one, and then you build something from there.
It's nice to the ears, I'm not gonna lie, but I am going to stay faithful to my process.
It feels good to be chosen. Like, it feels good to be picked. But at this point, I feel a little put on the spot because I'm not at that place. I'm not there yet.
I'm not mad at Shiloh at all on this one. Now, if he had just said, hey, you know what, Shiloh, I'm really interested in you. I want to pursue something. I want us to go out and see if we can make a, you know, see if we can build something together. Fine. That probably would have went down a whole lot different than that cringy ass thing that we just saw. It's one of those things where, I mean, I think she is attracted to him. There is a connection. She said as much. However, if you go about it like that, you can't just put your cards on the table and say, yo, you're wife material. No, it's too much too soon. I'm not mad at how she handled that at all.
It is time for a curveball.
Oh, Lord.
See, this process is all about finding something real, something that can stand the test of time, and the test of temptation.
Last season, Tommy threw the curveball and brought back KG after he'd been unceremoniously eliminated the season prior. It was cool because, you know, I like the curveballs. It's a little bit of a twist. It keeps the show exciting. what I don't particularly care about it is when you bring someone back, you know, especially this late, here it is, we're episode 5, all of these couples, the 8 guys, the 8 ladies, they've built some kind of chemistry. They kind of know each other. So when you just add somebody in the mix this late in the game, it kind of throws things off. But like I said, it does add a little bit of spice to it, makes it interesting. So let's see how it goes.
Please welcome Sydney.
Hello.
Relax. I have that outfit.
Wow.
Well, hi, everybody. Hi, girl. Hi. Hi, twin.
So there are going to be 2 new cast members added to the mix, and the first of which is Sydney. Now, with her being 33, she is the same age as both Shiloh and Tasia. However, she is a few years older than Courtney, who's 30, and is also the youngest of the show. I will say she's a pretty attractive woman, I ain't even gonna lie. And also based on the comments, some little, you know, the little side stuff that the other ladies were saying, she kind of got their attention as well. They know that, yeah, it's gonna be some more competition on the show.
I want a man that sees all of me because it's not just the exterior. I'm not a trophy wife. My interior is more incredible than my exterior could ever be.
I hear what she's saying, and Sydney's right. Yeah, you know, you do want to be loved by who you are on the inside. However, the most fundamental thing when it comes to dating is that men are attracted to the physical, how you look. And there's just no other way about it. That's just how men are built. We are hunters, and therefore we go after what it is we are pursuing based on how it looks. Nobody there is like, God, I bet she's got a great personality. None of those men, hell, including Tommy, none of them reacted that way. It's all about, damn, she is attractive. Let me get, you know, to know her better. That's it. They were attracted to the physical, and now from there they're going to move forward. Also, the second thing is the dudes, like I said, in a group setting, you get to see how people act from a distance. So all of the men are whether they're aware of it or not, subconsciously or not, they're looking at the women to see how they react, because a confident woman is a peaceful woman, and men want peace. If you are insecure and all that, there's chaos in that, because you don't know where you stand, and then you start doing all this extra shit to make up for your insecurities. But a confident woman is going to look at Sydney and be like, yeah, she's pretty. However, I know what I'm bringing, and I know that the man or the men that I'm interested in, they're still going to be looking at me regardless of anybody else that comes on the show.
Now you know I got to take care of you ladies.
Okay.
Please welcome Sean.
Okay, Sean. There you go.
Well, hello, chocolate.
So the second curveball is the addition of Sean. Now, with Sean coming on the cast, we now have 9 men and 9 women. Yo, that's a lot. It's almost like we're right back at the very beginning, damn near at the 2nd or 3rd episode. So it's almost like we're starting over. The difference is the group of 8 that before the 2 additions, they knew each other. They at least knew, okay, I'm not interested in them and blah, you know, at least there was some kind of cohesion, familiarity. But now with these new, you know, the 2 new additions, yeah, it's going to shake things up a little bit, and it's going to put a little bit of pressure on those that, you know, thought they were comfortable or thought that they were in a good position in their pursuit of a connection with somebody else.
I'm Sean Durham. I'm a writer, an actor. I'm an entrepreneur. Shontrepreneur. I'm 44 years old.
I don't want to be the old man at the club. I do want my soulmate.
There's something about a man, especially a man in his 40s, that says he's an entrepreneur that gets my spidey sense tingling. Y'all, I'm a writer, I'm a dreamer. Hell, you look at this review, it's all kinds of creative. I'm not doing what everybody else does, right? But I'm also a damn good real estate agent, and if push comes to shove, I will drive the wheels off a truck. So in other words, I'm not just an entrepreneur. Hell, I'm Jamaican. We're born to be entrepreneurs. That's what we do. We got tree job and all that now. You know, anyway, all I'm saying is when I hear somebody say that they're an entrepreneur, it's just something about it. If you're dating and you say, I'm an entrepreneur, what you're telling the person sitting across from you is they may not necessarily be able to depend on you because there is no stability in entrepreneurship unless you have established a business, established something, either a product or a service, have taken it to market, and now you have a reliable income. If not, how can you build something off of something as flimsy as I'm an entrepreneur? Nah.
Yeah.
How old are you, Sean?
44.
So how'd you make your way here?
I'm a writer and a creative, so I create my own stuff.
What the hell does that mean? I'm a creative so that I create my own stuff. Seriously, what the hell does that mean? Y'all in the comment section, help me understand what the hell that is. Think about it. You go on a date, you done swipe right, you done met them in the grocery store, whatever kind of cliche it is you met that person. So you're sitting down across from them and they're like, so hey, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a creative, so I create my own stuff. Would you wait for the check or would you get your ass up and leave right there? Please, y'all in the comment section, help me. What the hell does that mean? I'm a creative, so I create my own stuff.
The new people, that didn't shift the energy for me.
I think it's actually like a good thing.
It is, because it gets to test people's connections.
Yes.
It's that simple. So let's shake the room and let's see what happens.
That's what I mean when I'm talking about being confident in who you are and also being confident in the position that you hold with the people that you're building a connection with. Now, Aisha may be a little bit different in that maybe she hasn't built a connection with the 8 men that are currently there. So maybe Sean could be something that she could potentially see herself building with. Or even if that's not the case, if she, I think last week, obviously with the last episode, her and Frank were developing something. She knows where she stands with Frank. So it's all about confidently saying, hey, okay, they brought 2 new people in. All right, it is what it is. I'm cool where I am because I know who I am. It's all about that confidence.
Sydney, she's a bombshell. And we actually have mutual friends and we have mutual lifestyles. So the second I started to talk to her, it was real easy to become attracted to her.
It's always funny that there's someone that is so close to you. I mean, you may run in the same circles. Y'all may be Facebook friends with somebody else in common, that kind of thing. You know of them, but you really don't know them. So it's kind of cool that Frank and Sydney, they know of each other. I think they know each other. But anyway, we'll just go off of what she said, which is they know of each other. And now they get a chance to actually meet in person and maybe develop something together, build a connection of some kind. It's kind of cool that happens. I'm a little bit leery about that because it's like if you know them, you probably could have developed something with them. But a lot of times somebody's right there. But if you're not necessarily aware of them or if the timing doesn't align, you just haven't had the opportunity to really get to meet them and interact with them.
We have a lot in common, and I really enjoyed this process. I enjoyed getting to know you.
So, since we're being transparent, I feel like Shiloh could be my wife. Told her that I'm all in. It don't work.
There is such a thing as reading the room. I get it. If that's how Tyrone feels, then cool. Stay true to yourself. However, the whole premise of the show is you meet people, you interact with 10 different women, and from there you develop connections and see how things progress. If they work, along the way, you build those connections. Some of them fall out, some of them get stronger, but you at least go through the process. This man had one conversation and said, yep, that's the one, and threw everything away and literally has a woman sitting there saying, hey, I love our conversations. I love talking to you. I really see something here. But instead of him focusing on that and seeing where that goes, as well as developing something with Shiloh, he's like, nah, I'm going to be transparent and tell, no.
I just feel like for you to not really know where she is and you're already like kind of cutting people off, I absolutely feel like he put all his eggs in one basket. Especially people that really might feel like they could see a future with you. Like,
This is the second time that I've seen Sabrina do this. She did it before with Courtney, and now she's doing it here with Tyrone. And what she's doing is in real time counseling these dudes on the mistakes that they are making. With Corey, I want to say either episode 2 or 3, I can't remember which one, she basically told Corey that, hey, you need to make the best of the current situations that you're in. Meaning, if you're out with somebody and they're literally right there, you don't need to be on no date to make this grand, fantastic thing. No, you make the best of that situation with the person who is standing there in front of you. Right now, with Tyrone, she's saying, bruh, you're putting all of your eggs in one basket based on a promise instead of going through the process. So the advice that she's giving them is spot on. She's 100% correct.
So you on a grill?
What?
So
No.
you on a grill?
I don't know what's happening on no
Why
grill. No.
Corey is actually a sweet guy when he wants to be. He's constantly making me feel like I'm special. He's trying.
On the last episode of the CM show, we had the conversation, do you know how to cheat? On the show, I presented 10 rules, with rule number 8 being, don't let them think they have a shot at the title. What that is basically you set expectations and boundaries, but you definitely want to set those expectations as far as what is going to happen in the context of the relationship. Now, I'm not saying that Corey is cheating, because obviously they're not in a relationship. And unlike Tyrone, we haven't seen him declare somebody to be his number one. He hasn't said, yeah, Courtney, you're my number one, or Mumin, you're my number one. He hasn't said that to any of those ladies. But how he is moving is that he is letting both of them think that they have a shot at the title. In fact, they are the number one in his life. You cannot do that. If you have not established someone as your number one, then you have to move accordingly. Okay, you can date multiple people, you can be interested in multiple people. However, if you are doing that, you have to, especially in an open forum like this, then you have to be upfront, honest, set the expectations that, hey, I am going to be dating multiple people. We just saw Shiloh do that with the conversation that she had with Tyrone. Last episode, we saw Naeem and Zadia. They had that conversation like, hey, I'm really feeling you, but I'm going to be going about this process. That's how you do it in the context of this show. Now, in real life, as it were, yeah, you ain't got to tell nobody your business. And if you're not saying, yeah, you're my number one, or me and you are monogamous, then you can move accordingly. However, when it comes to this show, Corey is moving all kinds of reckless, because he's giving multiple women letting them feel like they are his number one and they have a shot at the title.
As I'm talking to Sydney, Camille is definitely, got her eye and looking around and making sure she's keeping an eye on me. I'm trying to move carefully, because I feel like I got a target on my back a little bit too.
How it starts is how it will be and how it's going to end. If you allow certain behavior, then that's what you are going to get. Now, unless Cornelius has told Camille that, yes, you're my number one and it's just me and you, then there is no excuse for, one, her to be acting like that, and for two, for him to be allowing it. It kind of shows the kind of man that he is, or at least is giving me an idea as to the kind of man that he is, because if you're going to allow certain things, then I guess you're gonna get what you want.
I can address her. Okay, but not like that. No. Oh, is my energy too high? Yeah, let's just, come on.
What's going on? Like, I thought we were having fun, and she was just like, oh my God, like I don't know what he's doing. He's talking to this girl. So, Cornelius, I'm praying for you, sincerely.
Just as the women get together to discuss the men and all of their interactions, they also get with each other and discuss how all of the other ladies are moving as well. Think about it. When Aisha was involved in that car accident, she didn't call Tommy. She didn't call the producers. She called Mumin. Mumin is the same person right now that's listening to Camille. And Mumin is like, yeah, something ain't right with this one. So they know who is doing what, and they know who's moving recklessly. Yeah, they may say, all right, you know what, Corey, he's not doing, he's moving recklessly, but they also know which one of their circle, which one of the ladies is also a little bit off as well.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Again, I told you it's hard for me to see you
Talking to other people.
It is. Like, these girls will come up to you being flirtatious and be like, in your face, and you just, oh, country bumpkin ass. Like, you're like,
damn.
Listen.
Y'all, when you see certain things and you see people behaving a certain way, you kind of want to put a word with their behavior. Now, I don't want to say that Camille is crazy or abusive, but you know what, class? Let's have a little sing-along. Y'all ready?
Listen, because that's what it is. Like, I feel like you're so naive and you don't understand what they're doing. You're like feeding into it like a dumbass. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Not doing
and
that.
it's not, and I'm not gonna stay there for that.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm really not. I'm not doing that.
Camille is who she is, and it is what it is. What I don't understand is why Cornelius is acting like a battered spouse, because unless he told Camille that she is his number one, why is he sitting there taking that abuse? Also, they're having that conversation in a very public setting. All of the group, including the two new additions, can see that they're having some kind of conversation, that some kind of energetic conversation, as it were. They may not be able to hear exactly what's being said, or hell, they may. But even if they don't, let's just take it hypothetically that they cannot hear what's being said. They see the body language. They see the energy that Camille is putting out. Also, Mamine, she knows what's going on because she had that conversation with Camille prior. So it's one of those things, people see that, and they see, okay, Camille, she's kind of, let's just say she's bossy at best, abusive at worst. So it's like, yo, okay, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to be bothered with that. And on the flip side, the women are like, damn, this dude is going to let her talk to him like this, and they ain't even going together in a serious manner. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need that kind of man in my life. The whole optics of that conversation, nothing good can come of that for either one of them.
I'm definitely very disturbed with what she's telling me and how she's expressing herself. Why bring this extra emotion into this situation?
I feel like people are testing you and you like failing every single test. And I'm just sitting up here like looking stupid as hell. Like, you are an F student right now.
Damn.
My dude is concerned by what she's telling him. Bruh, you also need to be concerned about the words that she's using as she's talking to you, the things that she's saying, and also the fact that she feels comfortable and entitled to talk to you that way. And y'all have not even established something serious outside of the fact that y'all are both attracted to each other. On top of that, if you notice how Camille flipped it to now, she's the victim, and not only is just she the victim, she's also a damsel in distress, and he's now there to comfort her because she got upset because of what he did. Therefore, it's his fault that she got upset in the first place. Bruh.
I'm feeling embarrassed, upset, mad, confused. I give trust until it is broken.
I'm not embarrassing you.
Yeah, you are. You are.
It's like watching a teenager who got mad at Bobby, the captain of the football team, because he dared to ask Jenny, who was a cheerleader, ask her out on a date. I mean, it's like, this is some immature teenage shit. Now, one thing I will say about a Black Widow, right? Y'all know I love me some nature shows. The Black Widow is the larger of the two. The Black Widow female, rather, they're both Black Widows, but the female of the species is larger than the male. The reason for that is because the female has to overpower the male. So therefore, the female makes sure that, the species itself makes sure that the female is always going to be larger, stronger, and more dominant than the male. Because if they were both equal, yeah, that shit probably wouldn't be going down where the Black Widow, the female devours the male. So therefore, the female has to make sure that she is dominant over the male.
How old are you again?
38.
30. 44.
Aisha is one of my strongest connections, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of competition over my lady. You know, I need to know whether or not she's feeling me, or if this is just maybe like part of the game.
Of course it's a game. Hell yeah, it's a game. It most definitely is. And Aisha is exploring all options. However, this goes back to confidence. If you remember, Aisha and Frank went out, they had a great date, even though I personally think that Frank is a lot more enamored with Aisha than she is with him. However, they still had a strong connection, and if he knows, if Frank says, you know what, yo, we had such a good time, I know that she and I have this connection that even though this new dude comes into the picture, I know that, hell, everything that he said, remember, he damn near proposed to her. But anyway, if he is confident in what he said, their date, their connection, their interaction, then he shouldn't be worried about another dude that's just coming along. He being Frank, should be building on the solid foundation that they've been developing up to this point.
I don't feel like I failed on my marriage. I felt like our journey ended, but my journey doesn't end with him.
Aisha has experienced pain.
Hold up. Does that say that he's a journalist? Come on now. Either Owen did that and say, you know, hey, we're going to put entrepreneur. We're going to put something. Now, dude did say that he's a writer, so maybe he's a freelance writer. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to speculate. I know they're in D.C., so maybe it's some top security, top secret stuff. I don't know. They just don't want to disclose it. Whatever. All I know is this. It seems like Sean and Aisha, they've kind of clicked. I don't really see a lot of there, but there's something there that they're attracted to each other. So
Can I get 10 minutes?
Just 5 minutes.
I made a quick stop, got here early, wrote out how I actually felt about you. And I just wanted to give you little reminders as you moved about how special I think that you are.
this is what dating in your 30s, 40s, and up is all about: being intentional. If you see someone that you're interested in and that you want to pursue something with, let them know. But then you also have to pursue them in ways that separates yourself from the pack, because this dating market, this dating economy that we're in, it is full of competition. So if you don't separate yourself from the pack, you're going to fail. However, if you're going to pursue somebody with intention, you better lace them up and go to work. You have got to compete in order to win.
Were you like sending notes to somebody, like leaving love notes everywhere?
Did you see me sending love notes?
I heard about it.
Okay. So my question is, did you see me send
No,
love
I did not, but I heard about
Okay.
it.
I said it then about Carrington, and I'm going to say it now about Corey. I don't trust a man that when asked a simple question, he cannot give a simple answer. Mumin asked the question. It wasn't a lot in the question, and all he had to do was give her a quick, simple answer. It doesn't require a lot, and quite honestly, if the dude had stopped and thought about it, he could have given an answer that would have really set him up to win. But instead, he panicked.
Corey, are you serious right now? You're not going to answer?
I'm being dead serious, because I'm trying to figure.
Right, got you.
I'm
But
trying
you
to
haven't
figure out.
answered. You haven't answered.
I didn't see this coming. And I'm deflecting hard. Because at this point in time, I don't know who knows.
Why can't you just talk directly to me and like answer questions?
Straight talk will knock a BS artist off their game every time. Mumin came there looking for straight answers, and she came with straight, direct questions, and Corey, just was not up to the task. He panicked, and again, the dude didn't even have to. He technically hasn't done anything wrong outside of, well, I ain't gonna say he's done anything wrong. He's just moving reckless as hell. However, if he had just been straight up honest with both women, because Mumin knows the game. She understands that, hey, we're there on this show and there's certain processes that we all have to go through. She understands that. The problem that she has is not with, oh my God, Corey's talking to Courtney. Or no, the problem that she has is how recklessly Corey is moving in how he's pursuing her and the things that he's telling her.
You're asking me.
I'm asking you.
Hold on. That's a beautiful thing. I think that's a very like intimate space. You talk a lot about your family. I don't think you would play with that space. Are you saying the same thing to other people? Like, do you also want other people to go meet your family?
I'm asking you.
No, see, you're missing it. Because I don't want all the guys to go meet my family.
deflecting, lying, obfuscating, whatever word you want to call it. All we can say is that the dude is being dishonest, and he really doesn't have to. Yes, he's feeling Courtney and is giving her the cards and flowers and, you know, showing his affection that way. Yes, he's feeling Mumin and maybe showing his affection towards her another way. That's his process. Remember, this is the same dude that said this earlier on in the show.
Today, I will do something very special and romantic for Courtney, and next time I have a date with me, I'll do something very special and important for her.
So he can court each woman differently if he wants to. Again, that's his process. But what he should do is let each woman know that, hey, I'm feeling this person, but I'm also feeling you. I want to, you know, work and build connections with each of y'all. And then at the end of the day, both of us can figure out if we have a solid, strong connection, and we can take it from there. And also at the same time, he also doesn't need to be telling each woman the same damn thing. I get it. He's Mr. Cut and Paste, but obviously that hasn't worked up to this point. So you might want to try something different.
We've had this issue with you like quite a bit, so I'm just trying to figure out where you are.
But it's not a problem. Look, if I'm not gonna lie to you. I have not lied to you not one time, and I'm not going to.
Lies by omission, word games, semantics, however you want to put it, the dude is still being deceptive. Now, did he come out and say specifically, yes, you're my number one, or Courtney's? No, he did not. However, by the time you try to decipher all of the words, the word salad and you just know that the dude is being hella deceptive. All right. Now, he kind of reminds me of Aaron from season 1 in that neither one of them wants to be the bad guy. It's not, you know, they're not, and I said it earlier, that Corey is not really an unlikable guy. Now, how he moves, very unlikable, but he's not an unlikable guy. The problem is he doesn't want to be the bad guy. And as such, he's making these moves so that way he doesn't hurt one person, or more importantly, he doesn't hurt himself or his chances with either woman. If he was just honest and upfront, just the same as if you go all the way back to season 1 with Aaron, where he was put in multiple situations where if he had just been honest with the women up front, the outcomes would have been so much better both for him and for the other women. But instead, they want to move in this deceptive manner and then get shocked and, oh Lord, I can't believe it turned out like this. Yeah, if you had performed better and acted differently in these situations, then you would have had a much better outcome. And that goes for both Corey and Aaron back then.
Sydney, she's beautiful. So I'm definitely intrigued and definitely want to peel back some layers and get to know more about this Sydney. Sydney, tell me about being on this journey.
This is my first time being single in a really long time, so I'm enjoying it.
Now, you mentioned you were from Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still sticking with my assessment of Dante that the dude is just not a good conversationalist. Now, that's not a knock on his intelligence, but more, for me, it more speaks to his lack of sophistication. Now, it's one of those things, he uses that interview style of questioning that we talked about a couple reviews back. With their conversation that they just had, it started out and he's like, so, you know, you've been single. Her response was, yeah, this is my first time being single in a long time. The automatic follow-up to that, or there's so many different ways. It's like, whoa, you haven't been single in a long time. What, you just got out of a relationship? What's going on there? Or something along those lines. How long were you in a relationship? How long have you been single? So many different ways to go. My dude just skipped all over there and just went to the very next line item on his interview questions. Oh yeah, so you say you're from Jersey? Where the hell did that come from? And then even in his answers, like, yeah, I'm from Chicago. And one has got nothing to do with the other. So I really think it speaks more to his discomfort, I guess, in being in certain situations. Again, that's my read of it. And you know how the reality show disclaimer, what they present to us is what they want us to see in order to drive the narrative that they want to drive. I get it. I just still think that Dante is just not the best conversationalist of the group.
You know, I took him all the time to, you know, do shadow work, look inside, see what I need to improve on, and just always analyzing myself and looking for improvement, you know, so.
Good for you. Dante, oh gosh, I like him because he is spiritual, digging deep within yourself and just working on your spirit inside out.
So this is the first This is the first episode that we really got to see Dante, you know, interact, where we really got to see him, got to hear him, got to learn more about him. Again, I'm gonna stick by my assessment about his being a conversationalist, but he seems, obviously he's a cool dude, and based on what he's saying as far as doing shadow work and all that, he's done a lot of work on himself, a lot of self-assessment. However, based on the women in the group so far, I'll be honest with you, I don't see much developing with Dante with any of those ladies. Y'all let me know in the comment section if you agree with me.
It definitely got a little, you know, uncomfortable at moments and intense a little at moments, so.
Yeah. Usually Cornelius and I don't have any issues with our communication, but it was like an elephant in the room that definitely needed to be addressed. It definitely was awkward.
Did you see how beautiful that bright blue flame was when she lit the gas? So Camille said that her and Cornelius, their communication, usually they didn't have any issues. So what she did was made it sound like the conversation they had was negative because of both parts. No, that's not what I saw. What I saw was 100% of the negativity coming from her. Now, on Cornelius' side, he gave her an out by saying something about it got uncomfortable at moments, whatever the hell that means. You get what you allow is based on what you think you deserve, based on your level of self-respect. I don't know the dude. I hate, you know, I don't know the dude. So everything that I'm seeing obviously is based on what we're seeing on the screen. So it's like, if you are going to allow her to talk to you like that and then start making excuses and all that other stuff, bro, you're setting yourself up for a world of hurt. But if that's what you think you deserve, then again, that's what you're gonna get.
I kind of wanted to touch base with you about that and apologize just for blowing things out of proportion, making you feel uncomfortable, and putting basically us in a very uneasy space.
Well, your apology is very acceptable.
Again, you get what you allow. Did she blow things out of proportion? Sure, fine. But that's not the issue. The issues, several issues. One, the fact that she's controlling. Two, the fact that she just berated you in public and just basically insulted you. And again, in public. And then three, the fact that you are allowing it. You didn't check her bad behavior. You didn't call her out on it. You didn't hold her accountable and say, yo, this is unacceptable. So therefore, if you just let all of that slide and just happily accepted her apology and really she didn't even apologize for her behavior, she just apologized for taking things out of control, again, whatever the hell that is. But fine, she apologized, but you did not hold her accountable and say, yo, this is something I will not accept, this goes beyond my boundaries. So therefore, hell, at this point, it's all good. You're going to allow it from here moving forward.
I feel like she's showing me a lot of maturity right now, but at the same time, I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to get the liberty to get to know the other young ladies. So I definitely feel stifled by her behavior.
Really? We've seen countless men tell the women sitting across from them that, hey, I really like you, but I'm going to work on the other connections that I have, go through the whole process, and then at the end, I'll make my decision one way or the other. Even in this episode, Shiloh told Tyrone that, hey, I appreciate this, but I'm also going to work on other connections as well as what you and I have, and then I'll make my decision later on. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I get it. Maybe Tyrone just doesn't, maybe Cornelius just doesn't like conflict. That's fine. There's an old adage that says true peace is not the absence of conflict. And as long as he stays with Camille, that man is never going to know peace.
Give you these. And they smell good too.
I haven't had flowers in such a long time.
In a long time?
Yes.
I'll take them back from you if you don't want them.
These are my flowers.
These are your flowers?
Are those white roses? I swear, there's something about white roses. I think I'm gonna try them. Anyway, I like the fact that Aisha and Sean are moving forward, trying to see, if they can really develop a connection. Yes, again, there was attraction when they met, but y'all, I just don't see that spark between them. There's definitely, like I said, oh my God. These pets, man.
The red is for passion, the white is for friendship, and the lavender is your zodiac sign's flower.
Wait, back up. What's my zodiac sign?
You're the twin, right? You're Gemini, right?
How did you remember that?
I remember you.
Quiet as it's kept, Aisha's about the only one that has the dudes actually courting her. I'm talking about old school style, right? Think about it. We had Frank, who damn near dropped down on one knee and just professed his, affection for her. And now, right now, you have Sean. He's coming with roses, white roses in hand, old school romantic gestures. The only other dude on the show that's even close to being as romantic is Corey. Who'd have thunk it?
I'm 38. You are 44. Never
No
been
children.
married.
No marriage.
So what does that look like realistically? Because we don't want to go into something, right? And then 5 years be in and you wake up and be like, how about that baby?
I can't say.
Yo, that's a grown ass conversation right there. You have got to appreciate the deliberate way that Aisha moves. She's been there, done that. She's been married. She's got the kids. She's moving in a deliberative manner. And she's not about wasting her time or the men that she's interested in wasting their time as well. So I really do appreciate that about her. But I will say this, out of the dudes that are there, maybe Dante, I don't really see any other connections.
Let's get to it. We got 9 men that's still in it. And unfortunately, y'all gonna have to let one of them know that they just aren't ready to love. Before we get to that, I wanna hear about what's working, who's feeling the magic, who's not.
As with every deliberation, be it with the men or as we see now with the women in the ladies' lounge, everything is going to be brought into the light, every interaction. So if you're moving reckless, it's going to be brought up. Now, both Tyrone and Corey were moving recklessly in one way or the other, and that's why they find themselves where they are now, which is on the hot seat for elimination.
You look, I walk in, and my first thoughts are, yes, it's Shiloh.
Cheers to our first.
Our first date?
Yes.
How are you?
Top of the world as usual, baby. But when I see that it's
The crazy part, the unbelievable part out of all of this is that this is Tyrone and Shiloh's first date. I mean, this man put all of his cards on the table and said, yo, this woman right here, Shiloh, she is the one, based only on conversations that they had at the group mixers and the meet and greets, etc., the pool party, those things. And based on phone calls, I get it. You know fairly quickly, yo, there's something special about that particular woman. But that is just crazy in that they have not been out on a one-on-one date at all, but he is like, yo, that's her. Now, Corey, yeah, this dude's just, it's just problematic to say the least. So based on how each one of these gentlemen, what they did, that's why they find themselves where they are right now.
You're here to live your truth, and I think that you did that.
Okay.
But you're not ready to love.
I understand.
So with that, Tyrone's journey has come to an end. Now, I appreciate this man coming forward and saying, hey, you're my number one. Like I said, I appreciate it. It was 100% the wrong move to make. Now, if that's his truth and he's going to stand on that, fine. However, he hadn't even been out on a one-on-one date with her. Everything was just, again, based on conversations and the few times they had the group mixers. Yes, you have to be deliberate. I've said it. You have to be intentional when it comes to dating. However, they didn't date. So therefore, you came out way too quickly and said, yo, this is it. Cut everybody else off. And you hadn't even properly dated this woman. That's just not how you do it.
When I was speaking to the ladies earlier, when it came time for us to move forward and let go, we decided that 2 guys had to go home, and we decided that you are not ready to love.
I knew that.
Shit, hell, we all knew that. What we didn't know is that they're going to be eliminating 2 men this week. So with Corey's journey coming to an end, we now have 9 women and 7 men remaining. Now, things normally go where next, if the women had control, next week the men have control. But we had a couple curveballs thrown at us this week, so ain't no telling how it's going to go next week. Let's see, this week we had 2 new additions to the show, and then we had a dual elimination. So things were just, it was a little bit different. I am looking forward to next week because I do believe the ladies are going to have, the men are going to have control. So I want to see who gets sent home. Now, this week's episode kind of illustrated to me the fact that people don't necessarily understand what the other person is saying, even if they are saying it loud and clear. And with that, the next CM show, we're going to be having a conversation about, are they speaking your language? In other words, there's a lot of things that goes on when it comes to dating. And if you are not in sync with what the person you're interested in, the person that you're dating, if you're not in sync with each other, y'all are just really missing the mark. So we're going to be talking about that on the next CM show. So if you haven't already done so, please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and tell a friend about it, because that way you'll get the notifications whenever I go live, and you can also join the conversation when I do. Please make sure you follow me on my social media. Y'all know I live tweet during every episode of the show, so make sure you follow me at author_Chris M. You can also follow me on Instagram at Christopher_Markland, and you can follow me on Facebook at author Christopher Markland. Please, again, make sure you follow me. You like, share, and subscribe on all of those. And y'all, just a couple questions. Do y'all agree with the 2 that got sent home this week? Do you think maybe Tyrone could have been given another shot? Because you saw Sabrina try to give him some advice. Do you think maybe he should have been, got a little bit extra time? Do you think Corey, I mean, let me know what y'all think about Corey getting sent home. Also, if it is the men have control, which one of the ladies do you think is going to be sent home next week? I definitely want to know. Anyway, y'all have a great week. And as always, stay determined.